Friend, the one that showed his shoulder.
Hey, welcome back to Frank Presents the Play Call. The team is here today. We're all together. Bree, June, Nikki. Bree, how you feeling?
Good. How are you?
Okay, I'm good.
I re-downloaded Zoom to see if maybe that was the issue because it said my app updated yesterday, but I was like, let me just delete it and then re-upload it to make sure like we have more technical difficulties.
Yeah. Let me change the settings. What's up, June? How you feel, man?
What's up, man? Here, just trying to stretch out a little bit, man. Trying to stretch out my AJ Brown and good, feeling good.
No, I was supposed to put on my other Salute the Service shirt and I didn't, so I guess that's on me.
I'm trying to feel spiffy and
Please.
GQ like Bree.
That's what's
What?
up. Nikki, how are you feeling?
Great.
Nikki, can we see your beautiful face, please?
Feeling sound great.
Not today, Bree.
She was not.
Nikki been working. She tired. You know what I'm saying? Tired as hell.
Oh no, she's so tired.
Ah! Oh God. I'm here though. Let me unmute. Watch. Why is it so dark? It's not that.
Nikki, you gotta get out of bed. That's why.
Bree, let me put my camera off again. There you go. I'm out of bed, Bree.
No,
I'm
you're
out.
not. No, you're not.
I'm out.
Well, let's go ahead and knock this out. You know what I'm saying? We're doing a little early on Friday. Some people got some other important appointments, so let's go ahead and knock this out.
Okay, so we are starting with week 10 recaps. So on Thursday, November 9th, the Bears defeated the Panthers 16-13. On Sunday, November 12th, the Colts defeated the Patriots 10-6. The Steelers defeated the Packers 23-19. The Texans defeated the Bengals 30-27. The Bucks defeated the Titans 20-6. The Browns defeated the Ravens 33-1. The 49ers defeated the Jaguars 34-3. The Vikings defeated the Saints 27-19. The Cardinals defeated the Falcons 25-23. The Lions defeated the Chargers 41-38. The Cowboys defeated the Giants 49-17. The Seahawks defeated the Commanders 29-26. The Raiders defeated the Jets 16-12. And on Monday, November 13th, the Broncos defeated the Bills 24-22. So Frank was our pick'ems winner with the total correct number of picks of 12.
I didn't believe that. Yeah, I said it out loud.
Yeah, I wish I could win Sal's league one week. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Jeez.
Me and June tied
Robert.
with 10 each. And then Brother Cruz and Nikki tied with 8 each. Okay.
I guess right. I guess, for 1 week.
Right, so ready to talk about the games. We can save the Patriots game for last. Due to everything with Mac Jones being a trending topic, I made him his own category. If that's okay with you.
Okay, that's fine.
No, it's just basically what like past players and everything are saying, and what's going on in New England. All right, so June, what game do you want to talk about first?
Oh, okay. Yeah. What we're gonna do? Okay. I'll tell you right now. I'll be having my notes ready. You want to put me on the spot like this? Appreciate that.
That's not my fault.
Who said that?
Me.
That is your fault. Damn, my notes ain't coming up.
So what
Okay,
game?
here it is.
What game?
You know, I'll be having my notes here, Bree, but it ain't coming up. So, so shoot. It ain't popping up. So, what game would you like to talk about, Bree? Let's change this around. Let's change around on you. While this comes up really quick.
I was gonna try to get you to talk a little bit first.
What do you mean? I always talk.
Not
Okay,
for-
boom. Here it is.
Okay,
We're good.
so
We are good to go.
the game that you going?
Yep. I got my notes right here.
Okay,
Yep.
go
So
ahead.
I am ready.
Frank,
So
You said what?
I said, Frank, get your friend.
I mean, he's ready to do his thing. I like your lights, Nikki.
all right. So I had two games to really talk about, but I'm gonna save one for another person that's on the podcast. You know, I'm not gonna talk about that game. I'm gonna wait for that person that's in a different state to talk about that particular game, and I'm not gonna point no Nikki, where you at? I'm not gonna point no arrows. But yeah, let's talk about this Texas and Bengals game, right?
Mhm.
And that person is in Texas, by the way. So um so yeah, let's talk about this Texas and Bengals game. I thought that was, in my opinion, and I'm pretty sure we all agree on this, right? Because we all talked about this. I think that was probably the game of the week. It was pretty exciting. It was exciting to watch on an NFL level, and it was exciting to watch on a player level, right? You know, big shout out to CJ Stroud for doing his thing. I mean, what rookie out there is doing his thing? Another crazy game with the crazy stats. Coming back, and though they won by, I don't know, what, 2 points? What it was?
Was it 2 or 1? Hold on. 2 points. Nikki said 2 points.
It was 3.
Ooh,
How much they lost by? How much they lost by?
no, he's talking
No,
about
they won.
So how much the Texans won? They won by 3, 30-27.
yeah, but he's not talking about that game.
Oh,
No, they won by 3 points, right?
Oh,
So
okay.
so Texas won by 3 points again, and it was just a great game to watch, in my opinion, and that was great for CJ Stroud. They went into Cincinnati and they did their thing. They had a great scoring drive. Their defense they allowed Joe Burrow to come back and score. But CJ Stroud came right back, and that's how they had the winning field goal. Now, at the end of the day, in my opinion, that was the game to talk about. It ain't much to talk about except that it was just an exciting game. I didn't expect it to be a crazy game like that because I thought that the Bengals was gonna win at home the way that they did. But that's just a game that me in particular, I wanted to give a shout out to CJ Stroud on and their team, and I don't think they were getting enough credit. But now that they have been, I think they deserve every credit out there leading into the power rankings, which we spoke about yesterday. Which in my opinion, I think they deserve to be maybe number 10 in the top 10 power rankings with the way that some of these teams have been getting mollywopped and showing their ass lately, in my opinion.
I agree. I think that was definitely by far my favorite 1 o'clock game was the Texans and the Bengals game. I'm so proud of CJ Stroud. He's really doing his thing. He's been constantly doing his thing. He fits into that system. I'm glad they made the right decision with drafting him. He's phenomenal. What other rookie quarterback do you know Tom Brady says, "Hey, if your college beats my college, I'll give you one of my Super Bowl rings." Like, and don't forget, he's also now added into that MVP conversation. And he's doing his things. His numbers look good. His stats look great, phenomenal. So super duper duper proud of him. Only 2 interceptions this entire season. He's definitely doing his thing out there.
Yeah, he's performing. I think you said it best earlier when we talked, Bree, that Ohio State quarterbacks kind of have a stigma to them, you know, because they have all the best receivers, they have the best weapons. So in college, they're great, but when they come to the NFL, it doesn't really equate to success. And CJ Stroud, what he's doing, let's
He's breaking that stigma
Yeah.
of Ohio State.
let's look at it like we all thought. When Texans was making the trades and doing the drafts and they had all this capital, right? They had this the cap space. We was like, oh, they can draft a whole nother team. A lot of us didn't put Texas where they're at today. I know for me, I was giving Texas like another year before they could be where they're at today. And right
June,
now, you say what June was?
Mhm.
Well, he should
in
play
the
a lot.
offseason, yeah, in the offseason, June said that Texans, with the draft picks and the moves they made, they're going to be one of those teams that are going to come out sneaky and people are going to be surprised.
Well, D'Amico Ryan's doing his thing.
Mhm.
They're playing well.
Former Eagles, shout out former Eagles.
Former Eagles, yes, you're right. CJ Stroud is playing, he's playing good. He's playing great. I think that I hope that this is not a 1-year thing because they don't have film on him. I hope that, however far they go this year, next year just gets better.
He can elevate. I said elevate.
Yeah, I think, we got to give him credit. That's a young team, young players. Name me one star besides CJ Stroud on that team. Name me one wide receiver that you know off the top of your head.
Well, the Texans.
Go ahead, Nikki. Sorry.
Go ahead, Nikki.
They were the same way last year. They are improved or whatever. It's just that their record didn't show it. So I'm not trying to take away from CJ, but yeah, they had improved somewhat last year.
Yeah, we saw
His
potential.
numbers are phenomenal. Like his stats and his numbers are phenomenal. Right now, he's second in. Hold on, I took a screenshot of this yesterday. He's second in passing yards this season with 2,626. Sam Howell's above him with 2,783.
I think the biggest thing for me is that the turnovers. He doesn't have many of them.
He only has 2.
Yeah, he only has 2 on the season. Knock on wood, no jinx. And I think that's big, right? Because he's doing enough to win the games and he's not costing the team the games. He's not turning the ball over. He's playing well. And I think we need to acknowledge that. Yeah, last year they played well, but the record didn't reflect, like Nikki said. They came up short a few times, and we were like, oh, well, they got a team, but it's not coming together. And now it is. So there's a lot of football left. Not really, but really. I don't know what the schedule looks like, but, shout out to the young man. And like you said, for Brady to say that, he's acknowledging that he's doing well. And I'm pretty sure that he's getting help and getting proper mentorship from people that want to see him succeed in the league. So
yeah, Brady said if Ohio State wins, CJ Stroud gets one of his Super Bowl rings. If Michigan wins, all he wants from CJ Stroud is his youth and wisdom.
And CJ Stroud said, I don't want your rings. I want to get my own.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fair. I like that. So
another shout out.
Came off real?
Huh?
Is that how he said it?
Nah, he laughed. He was like, nah, Brady.
He laughed. First he said, okay, that's a bet. And then he laughed it off.
Yeah, and he said, I'm not going to take one of your rings because I want to get my own. That's what he said. And I don't think he came off rude. I think, first of all, I think for him being a young player and to have this person say that to you, that's value to it, But also I feel like I think he's, by saying that he wants his own, I think the kid's saying what the goal is, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
It ain't MVP. It's not Offensive Player of the Year. It's not Rookie of the Year.
Why would I flex? Oh, I got Tom Brady's Super Bowl ring. When in
Yeah.
reality, I could flex like my own ring. Like I want my own accomplishments. I want to be you one day. Another big major shout out we have to give is Josh Dobbs. He's doing his thing. He's doing so good. Dumb part, but great part on Arizona for let him go. He fits that offense well, even with Justin Jefferson out. He's very, very poised. He doesn't even know that offense. He doesn't even know how to get to the locker room. And he's playing like he's been playing with those boys in Minnesota for a minute. I'm very, very proud of him. He studied under Big Ben for years, so you could see like the type of gameplay he has. Is phenomenal. And Justin Jefferson is now listed as questionable. He said he's ready to come back. All this hype and love and the positive atmosphere happening in Minnesota now is making him ready to come back. So just imagine what Jordan Addison and Justin Jefferson and Hawkinson as his weapons. Like he's gonna keep elevating that team as well to where they could make the playoffs.
So I was trying to look up the damn team they playing next, and every time I open up ESPN or NFL, it starts playing a video. But
Vikings?
Yeah, I forgot. I know I picked them. The Broncos. Yeah, Josh Dobbs is somebody that right now I think the Cleveland Browns are kicking themselves in the ass for trading. Because you got rid of him, and now Deshaun Watson's hurt.
It's out for the
season, So here you go and waiting another year or so, 8-9 months before you get to see what you paid $230 million guaranteed for. And you had a guy in your bench that was a diamond in the rough. He's a smart player, good IQ, good college scores. He's an astronaut. I thought Bree was playing around when she said it, but she was honest. It's a real thing. And he's very smart. So when you got a guy like that, he's probably, even though he don't know the playbook, he went out there and made the right plays. The first game, second game, he's doing great. I wish him the best success.
F a playbook. He needed help getting to the locker room.
He didn't even know the players' names.
The locker room was.
Yeah, he didn't know. He knew none of the players. He knew none of the receivers' names. He's just walking in there and say, "Hey, you got to run this route."
He had 2 staff members escort him to the locker room because he didn't know how to get to the locker room. Then he comes out in the second half against Atlanta and wins the game.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
He's playing great. He's playing good, I should say, right? And I hope he continues it. And I hate to say that because Denver, on the other hand, is coming off a 2-game win streak. Sean Payton looks like he's starting to fix the environment there. Russell's not Russell, but he's not messing the game up either. He's winning. He's doing enough. They're getting it together. So I don't want to see them lose, but then again, I don't want to see Dobbs lose either. The North is, a lot of people got the Lions winning the North. So, they're playing probably for a wild card spot.
Yeah, just the last 2 games in Minnesota, he's 43 for 64, so 67.2 completion percentage, 426 yards and 3 touchdowns. I think that's good. I think that's pretty good.
No, I think you said it right though. Frank, you say he's not playing great. He's playing good. I think he is playing great. I think he's playing great given his situation. You can't ask for anything better than that. You really can't. You have quarterbacks that are getting paid guaranteed money that can't finish the season. Watson, Burrow. When you have a player like Dobbs that's just getting in the freaking he don't even know the playbook and he's winning multiple games. I mean, shit. Give him some of that guaranteed money. So again, he is playing great. And that's all I'm saying. He is playing great. You said it right the first time, Frank.
Yeah, I just posted something in the chat.
He's doing what he needs to do, man. And I give him credit for it. I like seeing people succeed, especially people that get rolled off like that. And you bring up Watson, you bring up Burrow. I don't necessarily agree with your comment. However, you're right. You got people out there that got paid the Jay Herbos. Trevor didn't get paid yet, right? Josh Allen got
No.
paid.
No, Trevor didn't get paid yet.
So
I
here,
think he's on last year of his rookie contract.
there we go. Hey Nick, there we go. Josh Allen got paid. And you know what I'm saying? And they're not performing to the level that they should, that we feel they should be performing to, right? We're not writing their checks. So but I think it's fair to say that this year, the quarterbacks that we would expect to perform great are not really performing great. You know what I'm saying? If we look at Mahomes, he's not playing great. Look at Jalen, he's on pace to triple what he threw in interceptions last year, this year, and that's not including the fumbles. So, you know, Josh Allen, we questioning him now. We don't even got him in the top 10 as quarterbacks. So, give him credit, man. Give credit where credit's due. He's doing good.
Yes. The next game we could talk about from the 1 o'clock games is what other good 1 o'clock games there were? Oh, the 49ers and Jaguars. That's the other 1 o'clock game. That was brutal.
The 49ers and Jags?
Mm-hmm.
I expected more out of the Jags. I did. I picked the 49ers because I knew the 49ers was gonna they had to come out and make a statement. They couldn't go 4-0. I mean 0-4 the last few games and then expect people to think they're contenders in the NFC, right? So I felt they had to come make a statement. I felt the defense was gonna show up. I just didn't expect the Jags to play the way they played. We've seen the Jags play other teams and try to make a comeback or come back and win late in the second half. So I didn't expect that. I'm a little not concerned, but just I wonder what they're doing with their offense because they have a pretty good defense, but it doesn't mean nothing when your offense is going 3 and out, 3 and out, 3 and out, and you're in Florida where it's a little warmer and you got to come back out there and go 4 downs again, you know? So I expected more, but somebody said on here, you know, not for nothing, but they said previous to the game, whoever picked the 49ers, I want to know so I can handle them accordingly. That's what somebody said. I ain't gonna mention no names, AK.
I want to show you off.
You know what I'm saying?
Off.
Me and Bree, we was like, well, I guess we're gonna get handled accordingly. Do you want to defend your team today, Nikki?
So I've said it in the past, go back and look at the recording, that we were winning, but we weren't putting teams away. It's just like I said last year about the Eagles, and not even to bring the Eagles up, right? And you know what? Honestly, it's not even the Eagles. It's actually not even the Eagles. Yeah. You know, last year was like, oh, you ain't playing nobody. Well, we've been playing team because it is what it is. But when you're not putting games away, when you get a real game, you're gonna get embarrassed. And that's what happened. We were embarrassed. I will always stand by my team. So my pick, the Jags, ain't nothing different. If the Jags on our bye week, I'll pick the Jags. But I just don't feel like we performed at all. And it's always been on the offensive side. I said it the other day. I think we need another wide receiver. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not saying the wide receiver is the reason why we lost. But I've always felt like my offensive side needed more of the help. I thought my defense was okay. You get what I'm saying? Okay enough to get us by. Because when they're hot, they're hot. But our offense, I don't know. Our offense to me, even when we win, are very inconsistent. So it is what it is this week. We lost.
June.
I think that they didn't even make it a competitive game. They should have made it a competitive game. And now I'm more concerned about their home games more than their away games. And it seems like they play like they should when they're away. Like they play like they should when they're at home, when they're away, versus when they're at home. Hell, they should play at London a little bit more often.
So June,
That's just what I'm saying. And then
do
when
you
it came to opposition, take the quarterback out. I mean, that's what I did last year. Take a page from us.
you said take the quarterback? The Jags have a little bit of more professionalism about them. June, you said last week, right, after the game was over, that you felt they got exposed. Why do you feel that way?
I did feel they got exposed. You know, I kind of always felt this way, but I didn't want to see it. So Trevor Lawrence, man, you know, he clicked on his cylinders and then he doesn't. When the pressure is there, I read something yesterday now that you asked me this question, I read something yesterday and it said that the 49ers plan was to confuse Trevor Lawrence. That was what the 49ers plan. That was what I read yesterday. The 49ers plan was to confuse Trevor Lawrence and to apply that pressure. And when they confused Trevor Lawrence, he folds. And it's almost what was happening, right? He was taking the sacks, he wasn't throwing it, and then I started thinking to myself, man, they have Christian Kirk there, right? And when you take Christian Kirk, he's a hell of a receiver. And then you got Calvin Ridley, hell of a receiver. They got Ingram, hell of a tight end. They got their running backs. They're all good. They're all proven. But their quarterback is very inconsistent. And when they played a good team, you can't have that type of inconsistency leading into the playoffs. There's no way. So the issue there that got exposed was that quarterback. And there's no way, in my opinion, that I don't see the Jaguars doing or making any type of noise or making it past the first round in the playoffs with that type of inconsistency with that quarterback under center. I mean, I wish him the best. I don't wish him no negativity, no hate or no shit like that. But in reality, that's what I think happened there. When the pressure was applied, the quarterback really was exposed. Like he just didn't seem like he knew what to do. Like I get it. You got Bosa there. You got what's his name? What's the Chase on the other side? And I get it. But I mean, you got weapons there too in the offense. And it just seems like he folded under pressure. And he folded under pressure for 4 quarters straight. I mean, do you guys agree? You don't agree? And again, it's no shade. It's
No, I
just
agree. I
really
agree.
what it boiled down to.
I agree definitely that he folded under pressure, and I agree what Nikki has said a couple of weeks ago is like their offense. It's like they don't click, right? Like there's not really a lot of clicking going on too well.
Right.
But that definitely showed against the huh?
I was talking to Josiah, my bad.
Oh, and it definitely showed against like a top defense like the 49ers. But yes, I do think that he did fold under pressure all 4 quarters. But not only just him, you had a fumble recovered run by the 49ers at the 3-yard line from Christian Kirk. You know, a lot of drop balls. They had 4 turnovers total. 2 of them were interceptions by Trevor, and then the other 2 were fumbles. But there needs to be a lot of work done on that offense.
I
Because your
mean,
defense can't play well if you guys go 3 and out and like every 10 seconds they don't have a break.
so I'm not gonna put this all on Trevor, right? And I'm gonna tell you why. You don't go from being a college phenomenal player like him to where they were talking about changing college rules because he was beating them all, right? To come into the NFL, have a good season like he did last year, to come back on the Chargers, whether it was the Chargers defense that gave up the points or whether Justin Herbert couldn't get a first down to keep the play going. It doesn't matter what didn't happen. What happened was they came back and won and went to the playoffs, right? And they beat them, and then they go against the Chiefs and put up a pretty good fight. Hell, they hurt Mahomes. They served Mahomes up on a platter for the Bengals and the Eagles, and they couldn't put him away. So I'm not gonna put it on him. I'm gonna put it on the coaching, right? I'm gonna put it on the coaching. I'm gonna put it on the fact that if you have a player like Trevor Lawrence with the quality, but we're saying with the talent that he brings to the table, you have a good running back in Etienne, right? You have an outstanding tight end like Ingram because he was a beast in New York. They just didn't know how to use him. He gets down here. He's like a wide receiver. You go out and get Calvin Ridley last year while he was suspended for a whole year. So you knew you couldn't use him for a whole year. And you got Christian Kirk from Arizona. And you're telling me that, and you got Zay Jones, but he's hurt now for the season, so he's out. But you're telling me that you had a whole year to come up with plays that could make this quarterback excel with the weapons he has. We all know Calvin Ridley's going to get double coverage. We know it. Even if he's struggling, then you got to go to you're going to cover Kirk. But guess what? Calvin Ridley got speed. So why don't you bring him out the backfield like people do with Tyreek Hill? Why don't you scheme up plays? If you see the guy struggling, come up with plays that are going to get his confidence going so where he can successfully complete the plays. I'm not going to sit. Look, it's hard to name a team where in every position and on defense, they got a Hall of Fame player. You got Bosa, Young, you got Fred Warner, and these guys felt disrespected for 3 weeks. They felt disrespected. People would count them out. I mean, I feel bad for the Jags, but it was like, it was recipe for disaster. It was like it was King Kong versus a cat. It ain't going to happen. But when the players are saying they don't know what they're doing, and the Jags player comes back and says, we don't, that's volume. When a defense knows that there's nothing you could do to stop me, there's nothing you could do to make me get to you that's going to hurt me, I'm going to apply pressure. It's like in boxing. When I know you can't knock me out with that punch, I'm coming in every time. It was like last night. When Burrow was in the game, the Ravens only pressured him 12% of the time because they knew he could beat him. The minute that Burrow came out the game and he was injured and out, Browning, they went up to 47% of the time. They wasn't even scared. They were going man-to-man and blitzing the whole game. So I blame the coaching. I blame the OC. I blame Doug Peterson because you were brought there to fix the issues they were having. You were brought there as an offensive-minded head coach to create this team to go to the next level. And if you can't get past the 49ers with let's say a mediocre quarterback, right? Because he is the last Mr. Relevant. He's the last pick in the draft. You're not playing Mahomes. You're not playing Jalen. You're not playing Herbo. You're not playing Josh Allen. You're not playing Burrow. Who else is out there that's a first-round pick quarterback besides Jalen? Jalen was second round.
Baker Mayfield.
You're not playing Baker.
Sam Darnold.
Sam
I mean,
Darnold.
they did play him the last quarter.
Yeah, well, the team was winning, so I'm not going to hurt my players. So, yeah, I blame the coaching. I'm not going to sit here and say, there was at the time, I don't know how true this statement is today, but about 3 weeks ago, I said it. There was only 2 teams in the league that beat teams with winning records. That was the Bengals, and I forgot who else. I couldn't remember the other team. I don't know why the Bengals stuck. Maybe because I'm a Joe Burrow fan and it stuck with me. But a lot of these teams are suspect when they get in front of some teams that could punch them in the mouth. So why are we surprised now? I just thought there was going to be more of a competition. I thought they could come up with some more plays to make it more than what was it 34-3?
Yeah, 34-3.
They probably could have scored another touchdown if it wasn't trying to get Christian McCaffrey a touchdown.
They had the touchdown taken away from them, and it was when Christian Kirk caught the ball, dropped it, they picked it up and ran it back for a touchdown. But because the coaches and the sideline players were stepped on the field celebrating, they took it back.
Yeah. I mean, but what I'm saying is at the end of the game.
Christian McCaffrey.
They were trying to get Christian McCaffrey, which,
they broke the streak.
Which I feel like the Jags was wrong for that, right? I felt that was petty as hell. I felt like, we're not going to beat you, but you're not going to get this streak on us. You're not going to break the record. I would have let him break the record. You're already losing 34-3. What's 41-3? Nothing. So that was it. I'm not gonna beat Trevor on it. Look, Sunshine got good hair. I wish I had his hair. My shit look rough. You know what I'm saying? So I'll
No,
fuck.
but you're right though. Hey, aside from Sunshine, the team was coming off a bye, no?
Yeah.
They already knew that the 49ers were gonna come with a chip on their shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And you already knew that they picked up Chase Young.
Mm-hmm.
I just honestly thought that their game plan was gonna be a little bit more, I don't know, a little bit more aggressive, right? You already knew that 3-game losing streak, you already knew that Purdy makes mistakes, that you were gonna kind of attack his weaknesses on the defense stance, and that you were gonna be a little bit more aggressive on the offense as far as your play calling goes. So that's what I expected from the Jaguars. And you were at home. So I honestly thought that there was gonna be a close game, and they were gonna just continue it, regardless of who the 49ers were. That's what I expected from the Jaguars. That's why I picked them to win. But when I say that they exposed the quarterback, that's just what I've seen from my point of view.
No,
So-
that's fair. But I'm gonna say this: that's Doug Peterson for you. That's Doug Peterson. He got your Super Bowl ring. He did. He outcoached Belichick. I'm not even gonna hold you on that. He made Belichick look like a fucking donkey. Then he writes a book on how to win a Super Bowl, and then when nothing else got fired. That's him.
Yeah. But I mean, he's had it. I say. I mean, he's won a couple of games. He's won good games. I won't 100% say he's poop, right?
No, he's not.
But I'll see how they finish off the year. It was poor execution on the coaching, and the quarterback didn't help out the situation. So I'm not gonna 110% put it on Sunshine. I just thought his execution was horrible too. But the execution as far as the strategy going into the game was not good. And that's that.
I think with to kind of pivot off that, we bye weeks are important. You have head coaches out there that coming off a bye week, you expect better results, right? And that's one of the reasons why this upcoming Monday is hard. I picked a team, but it was hard to pick that team because I'm expecting something from one team coming off the bye week. I'm expecting this head coach that everybody claims is the greatest head coach ever over my man Bill Belichick to get a team that doesn't have a wide receiver one really together and an offense to compete with the Eagles defense. But he has a winning record. Mahomes and him have a winning record coming off the bye week. It's because people prepare. You essentially got, from the time your game ends on Sunday night, Thursday night, Monday night, whichever game you played, for a whole nother week after to prepare for the team you're about to face. So that's why I put on the coaching. I blame it on the coaching.
Next game we have is the Lions and Chargers. So that to me was one of the most exciting games to watch. It was a 4:00 game. The Lions had the Chargers 17-3. 17-3 by halftime. And the score ended up being 41-38. Now, after halftime, I don't know what was said in that Chargers locker room, but it was back and forth, touchdown after touchdown after touchdown after touchdown, and then it ended in a field goal. So both quarterbacks played phenomenal. Both quarterbacks did their thing. Justin Herbert was 27 for 40, 323 touchdowns, 323 yards, 4 touchdowns, 1 interception. And Goff was 23 for 33, 333 yards, 2 touchdowns. Eckler had 19 carries, 67 yards, 1 touchdown. Montgomery had 12 carries, 116 yards, 1 touchdown. Keenan Allen had 11 receptions, 117 105 yards, 2 touchdowns, and Armand St. Brown had 8 receptions, 156 yards, 1 touchdown. That game overall was just a back and forth. Who's going to score? Like it was crazy. The Lions score 5 seconds later. The Chargers score 5 seconds later. The Lions score 5 seconds later. The Chargers score. It's like every drive after the first half was a touchdown from each team every single drive. Clock was running out. They decided to play it safe and kick a field goal and win the game. Now I want to applaud the Chargers for coming back and getting back up there, because trailing 17-3 right before the half and then losing by 3 points, they were doing their thing. They had a slow start the first half of the game. So that momentum they had at the second end of the game, especially a good team like the Lions, they need to have that for the rest of the season. That's all I have to say. Shout out to the Lions, because they're improving every day.
So I'm gonna say this, man. There was no defense after that. You know
No,
what?
it was the battle of the offenses.
Yeah, honestly, you got to give credit where credit's due. For one, let's give a lot of credit to the Dan Campbell, who was a tight end for the Dallas Cowboys and won a Super Bowl, which I did not know as a player. And he, as a head coach, he's changed the environment on that team. Right now, the Dolphins, the Lions are in a pace, or they're going in the right direction to actually make history for their own franchise and actually win the division and maybe maybe win a playoff game. You never know. And you got to respect that. But what I want to say with the Chargers is, don't sleep on Herbert. A lot of people criticize Justin Herbert because he hasn't won a playoff game. He hasn't done certain things. But guess what? When your defense isn't stopping a leak and can't get you a turnover, can't do nothing, and you got Derwin James, you got Asante Samuels Jr., you got Bosa, you have all these people on defense. They have over $100 million that they just spent on defense. And your defense can't stop somebody, that's a problem. But, excuse me, once they get a person that can coach that defense and get that going, the Chargers are going to be a problem. Because Justin Herbert can put up points. We all see that now. They're going back and forth. So it was a good game. I think that one and the Texans game was probably the best 2 games of the weekend. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Probably hands down the best 2. I mean, you had other close games with the Browns and the Ravens, but they weren't high scoring, going back and forth. It came down to stuff, but I think it looked good.
Yes. And then also shout out to Kyler Murray coming back, first game in over a year and you winning. He looked really, really good. I watched that game as well as the Chargers and Lions game. They started off to a very, very slow start, Arizona Cardinals. They had both James Conner and Kyler Murray both come back the same week, and they pulled out that win. He looked a lot more poised. He was scrambling and running a lot more, to something that we didn't really see from Kyler in his last 2 previous years playing quarterback. But good comeback into the season and winning.
I mean, I picked against them, so I'm not too happy that they did win. He looked like a toddler running around with a big ass hat on. I tell you what, I'm gonna give Kyler Murray props on this podcast when he wins consistently, and it's not a question where his devotion.
But I think he needed that win, especially being out for over a year. I think he legit needed that win. You don't think so? That's why I picked them to win, because I felt like that was like he needed to win to.
So I'm gonna say this. I think Kyler has talent. I just don't think Kyler's heart or his mind is in it. I've said this plenty of times in our conversations, or I'll say it on Instagram or whatever. When you have give a fuck, is a big difference, right? That's why you have some quarterbacks that might not have the talent as others, but they win because they have a level of give a fuck to go out there and put 100% to the game. And 100% of the game doesn't come on game day. It comes before game day, because it's what you do to prepare for game day. You know what I'm saying? Watch film, the walkthroughs, the study of tape. As a quarterback, that's important. Gronkowski never watched film. He said, I don't watch film. I just go, I practice, I come out and let Tom Brady do what he do. A tight end can do that, but the quarterback can't. Like a middle linebacker can't. Or safety in the back has to, the people that are the main pieces of a team, like or a side, like offense, defense, special teams, they can't just sit back there and not. Kyler Murray rather play Call of Duty. As a matter of fact, I was playing against him earlier. He smoked the crap out of me. Pause, killing me. But he knows how to play that. Yo, play the game of football. If you put the same energy you do into, winning in Call of Duty and being a level 1,000 on that joint, you could be good at football. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not impressed. They won. Okay, do it consistently. Win your division. Let's go to playoff and make a run. The NFC is open. There's only three. Name me 5 good teams on the NFC that can really go to the Super Bowl.
The Eagles, the Lions, the 49ers, the Vikings, if they keep playing the way they're playing.
Okay, look at you say if. Okay, go ahead.
If, yeah. And I would say the Cowboys, but they have a history of not making it far.
So if was a split, we'd be all fucked up, right? So let's keep it to what we know. 49ers and Eagles are the best 2 teams in the NFC.
Yeah.
And then you got the Detroit
And
Lions
the
behind them.
Lions, yeah.
And the AFC, you say that and you're like, well, shit, you got the Chiefs, you got the Dolphins, you got this team, you got that team, you can name about 4 or 5 teams and you're like, oh shit, the Ravens. So I mean, Kyler, good job. James Conner, good job coming back. That's you breeze boo. So I'm gonna give you credit. Nah, I'm not impressed, yo. I not at all.
I think I was a little bit more impressed because of how long he's been out. He's been out for over 365 days. He just started practicing back with that team that no longer has D-Hop, Like last time he played a snap, D-Hop was his wide receiver, remember? So him coming back, I wouldn't say like I'm like too impressed they're going to the Super Bowl, they're making a playoffs. But I think if that was just a good win for him, knowing that he hasn't played that game in over a year and coming back to a new coach, a new offensive coordinators, not the same weapons, and he could still pull out the win. I think that was pretty impressive of him. I'm proud of him for that. You picking up what I'm putting down?
Got you. I might not agree with you, but I got what you're saying.
We're all entitled to our own opinions. All
And that's
right.
what I'm
And
saying.
then the last game that the Giants got destroyed by the Cowboys. Do we need to talk about that? That was brutal.
I think everybody knows what the Cowboys are. You play a subpar team, they play great. You play a real team, they struggle. Look, Jerry Jones needs to stop being fucking delusional and start being realistic. Dak Prescott is not going to get him a Super Bowl. And I'm the type of person that feels as long as you got a great defense and you got a good quarterback, you could win. If you got a quarterback that's not going to give the ball away. If you got a quarterback that's going to manage the game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think Trevor could win a Super Bowl because I think Trevor could do enough to win games, which we've seen him do in the past. We've seen Trevor show up against good teams. Dak Prescott, not so much. Not so much. And you got CeeDee Lamb, you got all that stuff out there, and yet you still Noah Brown showed out last week. The Texans, I think. Noah Brown showed out. But
that's the one that you said I bet no one can name.
Yeah. Noah Brown, you got Tank Dell too. I mean, but what I'm saying is Noah Brown showed out for the Texans. But last year, because he dropped a few passes or Dak Prescott threw the ball wrong, whatever, they got rid of Noah Brown. So, I mean, ain't nothing to talk about there. They beat the Giants. So what? Hey, the Giants are like a layup right now, just like the Patriots. I think
Raiders are on a 2-win streak, celebrating like they won a Super Bowl for the second Sunday of the row.
So I got a question. I got a question with that being said. Should prior players be more head coaches?
It depends.
DeMeco Ryans?
Yeah,
Antonio Pierce, Dan Campbell.
Well, it also just depends on that person as well, right? Because you also have coaches who's never played a game in their life, right? And maybe because they're better making the decisions than actually going out there and doing it, you know? You have people who are the best of both worlds, but not everybody has the best of both worlds where they go to playing and go coaching right afterwards, right? I think it's only like one in every 2,500 or 25,000 players that could, you know, probably do good at coaching. But then you have coaches like Mike Tomlin, Bill Belichick, Andy Reid, who's never ever played football on a professional level. But it's not because they didn't want to, it's because they're better at making the decisions than how they played on the field. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
So I would say no, I would say, yeah, open the door a little bit more, but don't make it open for everybody because I don't think everybody has that ideal mindset of coaching when it comes to.
So Bree said it the best, right? I think some, you know, some of our kids want to be astronauts or, you know, whatever, fill in the blank. It's just not in, it's not gonna happen.
Mhm.
You know, I think part of it is they have to have the drive, but a lot of people have drive, but they can't put shit together.
Mhm.
So I don't know. I
And
think,
like,
how about this? I think everybody should have the opportunity. Let's say that, right? And if you can't, but see, this is the thing, right? You know how we like, oh, you got to give people time. They got to give people time. It's not. You got to give people time to, you know, you got 18 million coaches and da 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 da. But do you want to waste your time on somebody that they should have never been a coach? Some people, just like, remember how I said a while back, go play the replay. Some people are solid backup quarterbacks,
mhm.
and then we want to put them in the quarterback position, and they can't perform because, and it's not that because they're bad. It's just they weren't destined to be QB1. It's the same thing. Some people are good to play the game, but to coach and just might not be part of their destiny.
That's what Mike Tomlin said. Mike Tomlin says he was a horrible football player. Like he couldn't play football, but he knew the sport, he knew the game. And
No, finish your thought. I'm gonna say something too.
oh, yeah, he said it. He said I wasn't a good football player, but I knew the game and I knew the sport and the love I had for it that I could, you know, I'm a better coach than I ever would ever be a player.
So Belichick wasn't a good fullback or tight end. My man, who's the greatest coach to me? Vince Lombardi. Wasn't a good player, but he was a great coach.
Mhm.
Great
Mhm.
coach. You know, and I you know, it's so Belichick and so Lombardi as a coach, right? He went to Fordham University, played football there. I think he was a fullback or something. He was a fullback or something. And he wasn't that great, but he coached great. And when he went to Green Bay, Lombardi said, when his daughter asked, where's Green Bay? He said, it's right here on the map, but by the time I'm done, everybody's going to know about it. And what people don't know is Lombardi left Green Bay and went to the Redskins and was on the path of bringing them back to life again before he caught cancer and passed away. Some coaches, they just better at, they're not good as players, but they're good as coaches, though, So I agree there. Let's see. Like Nikki said, not everybody's meant to be a singer or an athlete,
Yeah.
But Antonio Pierce does have a Super Bowl ring with the New York Giants. They beat my Patriots.
Mm-hmm. That is facts. And then the last game, Broncos beat the Bills 24-22.
McCoy got two, though. You know what I mean?
What'd you say, June?
McCoy got 2 rings.
Who's Shady McCoy?
Yeah. McCoy got 2 rings. So I'll slap McCoy in the Patriots head coaching job next year.
June, shut up. June, be quiet. June, now you're gonna piss me off. See, I was doing okay. I was doing fine. And as much as I might agree with Shady McCoy on certain things,
Him coaching Frank's team is not one of them.
no, you know why? I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. And this is no. All of us on here, we're fans of a team. Fans. Nikki has her reason for being a fan of the Jaguars and football. Bree, you have a reason why you became a Pittsburgh Steelers fan. June, you grew up in Delaware, so you had no choice to go for the Eagles. I was a Patriot fan for some other reason, right?
That's me.
Everybody on here except for June had a good reason for picking the team. June it was just default. He was in Delaware. But
that's majority of the people. Like my grandmother, my mom, they're default Giants fans because they're from New York.
And they grew up in New York, and the Giants play in Jersey. The Giants ain't played in New York. I think your grandmother maybe was alive, maybe when the Giants stopped playing in New York. But other than that, your mama wasn't. I know that for a fact.
But they're the New York Giants, New York Jets. They're not
man, they don't play in New York, Bree. There's only one team that plays in New York, and that's the Buffalo Bills. The Giants and the Jets should be New Jersey Jets. You know why they don't do that? Because what sounds better? New York Giants, New York Jets? Or, hey, welcome to the New Jersey Giants.
Okay, Frank. Well, then guess what? The LA Rams and LA Chargers shouldn't be LA Rams and LA Chargers. They should be Inglewood Rams and Inglewood Chargers.
Do they play?
Is a city. And
hey, wait a minute.
Their city's name is Inglewood.
Do they play in California?
Yes.
Okay, then that's it. That's it. See, Cali, that's different. They're going by the city. New York City is New York State. It's the same shit. New York, right? So they're not playing in New York. And now
they don't got space for
you guys are the devil.
They don't got space for a stadium.
Hey, Bree, y'all the devil. You know why? Because I forgot my train of thought and I can't come up with it now. So let's go on to the next topic. Whenever it comes back, it comes back.
All right, next topic. Diggs. So Trayvon Diggs made some tweets in regards to the Buffalo Bills' loss against the Broncos. His first tweet was, number 14, got to get up out of there. That was the first tweet that he tweeted. The second tweet that he tweeted then later was, bro ain't been good till my brother got there. Now, what I would like to say is that, yes, Stefon Diggs is a great wide receiver. He is. He's good, you know? But he wouldn't be in the top 5, top 4 wide receivers in the league if he stayed in Minnesota. I'm just saying. He had that one Minneapolis Miracle catch in the playoffs in 2017, you know? That was good, but what did he do before that? What did he do after that, before they traded him to Buffalo? Nothing, right? I say that, yes, he's good, he's great. You know, they both elevated each other. That's what I would like to say. Someone tweeted, and I just want to read it. Someone tweeted this and said, when this season ends, Stefon Diggs' best 4 seasons of his career will be with Josh Allen. John Brown had his best season with Josh Allen. Cole Beasley had his best season with Josh Allen. Just casual nonsense from an actual NFL player, observed nonsense. So I would say, bro ain't been good till my brother got there, right? That's a lie, and that's buffoonery. I feel like they elevated each other, and no one will be talking about Stefon Diggs the way they're talking about Stefon Diggs now if he didn't play with Josh Allen in Buffalo. If he would have stayed in Minnesota, I don't think he would be the Justin Jefferson that Kirk Cousins has. That's just my opinion. You wouldn't be top 4, top 5 if you stayed in Minnesota, but that's just my personal opinion.
So first off, his brother don't need to talk. He's uniting the team. My man Gronk said, Josh Allen tries to get you the ball as much as he can. You mad because you're not winning. That it takes a team to win. Look at your quarterback when let's look at something, because America, you know, these motherfuckers be they be delusional at times. I just be trying to figure out where we at. All right, so quarterback, right? Josh Allen in his time in the NFL, career-wise, 71 interceptions. 71 interceptions. This year he has 11. 11. He beat Mac Jones. He beat my quarterback, right? 11. So let's look at it. 18, 10, 12 interceptions. 19, 9, 20, 10, 21, 15, 2022, 14. And so far in 2023, got 11. 71 interceptions. When do we not hold the quarterback accountable? Diggs, you can be open all you want. If your quarterback is giving away 71 times, that's a problem. But you get the ball, you got paid to come there. Yo, be quiet, play your game. Talk to your quarterback. See, Gronk said what he said, and I agree with him. And I said this in the chat. What he gonna say to Gronk when Gronk got, what, 4 rings? 3 or 4 rings? What he gonna say to Gronk? When at one point Gronk was the best tight end in the league, but was taking a pay cut to play with Tom Brady. Because he was winning what? Rings and things. You're not winning, bro. So be quiet. You're not the cause, but you're not also the reason why. So do your thing. What's up, Bree?
But I will also say that you never, if you notice, like the diviness of Stephon Diggs only comes from when they're losing. And I know no one wants to lose, right? But when they win, it's like, oh, Josh Allen's the truth. This is my QB, all this other stuff. Everyone's entitled to make mistakes. He shouldn't be making the mistakes that he does make. But it's just like, I think also hold your brother accountable for what he's tweeting publicly on social media when it comes to your team, your quarterback. Like, he's not on the Buffalo Bills. Trayvon Diggs, you are not on the Buffalo Bills, you know? Like, that, you don't want to cause that bad relationship with that quarterback and that wide receiver because of how you feel that you want to put publicly on social media and then try to delete it as if people don't screenshot anything a celebrity says the second they post it, you know? And then I feel like when the media was asking you about your brother's comments about his tweets, right? You should have, at least stuck up for your quarterback, being that you guys are on good terms now, right? You guys are good. You guys hugged it out. You guys are on good terms. At least stick up for your quarterback. Josh Allen is great. We elevate each other. I love playing with him, X, Y, and Z. But his statement was, oh, well, and which is a true statement. Well, I can't control how other people feel. But yeah, I understand that. But this is your brother that we're talking about, who's also a professional athlete. And then that was your time to prove what your brother's saying as incorrect, if that makes sense.
Yeah, but it's not incorrect. That's the problem. Like,
I think it's incorrect.
So this is the only thing I don't agree with, right? I think what made it good that Stephon came to the Bills was because he was a good wide receiver. Like, he was going to do well with Josh Allen. They were going to complement each other. Mm-hmm. Nobody was going to carry the load, right? But be honest, when Josh is in a pickle, he's looking for Stephon. That's a reason. The reason why the Bills are the way they are now is because of Josh Allen.
No, that is absolutely correct. That is
Hold on. So now, do I think Trayvon should have did that? No. You know what I'm saying? But I do think that when you get frustrated and you're mad, you do stuff without actually thinking. I'm not excusing it. You are 100% correct. He is also an athlete. He should know how to be professional. And listen, it's not the time for, like, you got to understand, right? So you got to kind of pick your battles, especially when your battle comes with family, right? That's why if you want to really be honest, when has Patrick said anything on air about his brother when his brother was doing buffoonery? And he's not in it. And he's
No.
not. Yeah, never. You gotta say he's not. You know, he don't got nothing like being professional holding against him, right? So I always think that, when it comes to family, that's a thin line. Because what are you gonna do? Defend, because he was in a lose-lose situation. If he defended Josh Allen, then they'll be interviewing him like, did you hear what your brother said? He didn't defend you. If he defend his brother, he doesn't like his quarterback. It was a lose-lose situation. So what he said was the easiest route out. I can't control what people say. That was just the easy route out. So
No one was putting Stephon Diggs in their top 5 wide receivers until he went to Buffalo. That's just my.
I don't know, because I was like, oh, that's a good
What
thing.
you said
Yeah.
again?
Hey,
Huh?
really. No, I was just gonna say something really quick. Really quick. Now I was gonna say, before Diggs went to Buffalo, I mean he did get paid based
Yeah,
off of his performance in Minnesota.
I thought
Yeah, off in the
And
playoffs.
the reason he left Minnesota, because they had Jefferson. There wasn't no way they were gonna. They was gonna, he was gonna perform the way he was performing with Jefferson on the other side. So I mean, it was easier for him to walk away and get paid, and it was easier for Minnesota just to. I mean, it was the
let him
easier
walk.
for a decision, for Minnesota to just let him walk and just keep Jefferson. It was the easier buy for Minnesota, a decision for Minnesota at that time.
No,
And it was a good one for the Bills.
So yeah, it
but
was
that's
but
false.
but what? No. All I'm saying is, before I lose you guys, because it's raining over here. All I'm saying is that Stephon Diggs was, in my opinion, he was always an elite receiver, and he landed in Buffalo based off of, I mean, his skill. In my opinion, I just thought that he was always a good receiver.
Yeah, he is. Don't.
But what you said was false, because they traded Stephon Diggs in March of 2020 they traded him to Buffalo. That's when he went over to Buffalo, was during free agency of March of 2020. A month and a half later, they didn't draft Jefferson, so they never played together nor stepped on the field together.
But Bree, they traded
No.
him to Buffalo because they felt like Buffalo had a chance, and that was the missing piece they needed.
Yes,
the
no,
problem
but
is-
I'm just correcting what June said, was because they had Jefferson. They didn't have Jefferson. Plus, they didn't even think they were going to get Jefferson because they thought that Philadelphia was going to pick up Jefferson. Philadelphia ended up getting Rager. They laughed and was like, well, we got to get Jefferson now. So their intentions were never to get Jefferson to begin with. That's what I was correcting June about. They never played together.
Well, not Jefferson in a sense. I'm talking about receiver in a sense. They were gonna pick a receiver in the draft, regardless whether it's Jefferson or if it was Thomas, or if it was whatever name you want to throw up on the board. If they were to trade freaking Diggs for freaking Zemecki, because they were gonna get a good draft capital for him, because that would have been the cheaper buy. That was the route that Minnesota was gonna go, because that was gonna be the best thing for Minnesota, because of how high the cost value was for Diggs. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
And he was valued that high. So that's what I mean. Like, he was valued as a top 5 receiver at the time.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. The reason why they took him in Buffalo is because they felt like they had the quarterback, and I think they do have the quarterback. That they felt like that was the missing piece, an elite person of that caliber. I don't think Stephon is the issue. The issue is Josh Allen. He's the issue.
No one ever said that he was the issue. I was just saying that statement, to me, was just false. So,
I'm gonna say this.
Okay. Oh,
right?
sorry.
Because y'all all went in it. Stephon Diggs was not the number one in the Vikings because they had Thielen. But it was your best 1-2 combination, because you had a slot receiver and you had one that could take the roof off. And Thielen was very consistent. He was very consistent in catching the ball, and Diggs was out there. He made the miracle catch, whatever. Then he won it out. He went to the Bills because they were the ones up next in the AFC that could win it all. Now you're the number one target. You're the number one target. You've been getting the ball. You helped his stats. He helped your stats. And it's a problem. Why? Because you're not winning at all. So
But
what's the problem?
Allen,
Yeah,
Allen,
That's a
Allen was
problem.
winning before Diggs though too.
You said what?
I said Allen was winning before Diggs too. He had
Yeah,
29.
but his numbers went up.
Yeah, his
There's
numbers
something
were
wrong.
not as high. They weren't as high, but you can't say that. You can't say that. Oh, Josh Allen was just a shitty quarterback. Diggs comes in and saves the whole fucking franchise. Like you can't say that either.
What I can say is this: they both help each other out. They both have. If you look at his numbers, he had 2 years without Diggs, and then, as a matter of fact, hold on, let me look it up because it was on Instagram, and I think I shared it with the group, right?
So listen, because I don't. What is the debate? Them helping each other out isn't the debate. The debate is Josh, not debate. The issue is fucking Josh Allen. No, them helping each other out. And then hold on, I gotta address something that Frank said. All right, who is the fool to keep going the same route but expect? What's the definition of keep doing the same thing but expect
Sandy
different?
is doing the same shit you've been doing, expecting a different outcome. Yeah,
So
yeah.
why would he want to go to a team and get better but not win anything? Like, we talk shit about people like that. Oh, they can make it to the playoffs, but they ain't going to the Super Bowl. We say this all the time.
So here's what I'm gonna say, right? He said they need McCoy. So Josh Allen before Diggs, first year 2,074 yards, 10 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. Second year, 3,089 yards, 20 touchdowns, 9 interceptions. Yo, since Diggs came to the team, 4,500 yards, 4,400 yards, 4,200 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Come on, bro. And then if we look at Diggs' numbers, let's look at Diggs' numbers. Because you see, my thing with brothers, they need to. You know what? You know why his brother's saying that? You know what Trayvon's saying that? Because he wants him on the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
But guess what? Even if you go to the Cowboys, you don't have a quarterback that can take you to the next level. Because CeeDee Lamb is out there eating. Look, in 2000, and so when he came to the Bills, 18, right? 18?
No, he went to the Bills in 2020.
Hold on. Did I go to the right Diggs? No, Stephen Gilmore. Why the fuck did they go stop? I'm like, why the hell is... Hold on. I was like, yo, wait a minute. Why are we on Gilmore? He never played in so okay, look. So when he went to Buffalo, so before Buffalo, 700-yard season, 900 yard, 849, 1,021, 1,100 yard season gets to Buffalo, 1535, 1225, 1429.
And that's the point I was trying to make. Like, you can't, like, y'all elevated each other. You can't say, like, oh, bro ain't been good till my brother got there. Like, you elevate each other. And that's why I said when they were asking Stephon about that, that was his chance to be like, Josh Allen is a good quarterback. We elevate each other without bashing your brother or picking a side. That would be the most professional thing to say, is uplift your freaking quarterback when you have.
There's no way. Come on, Bree. Come on.
You guys
was
are playing
nothing
together.
Bree, there was nothing that he was going to say if it sounded like he picked sides that would have misconstrued anything he said and made it sound sides. Listen, I'm not against what you're saying, but I'm against what you're saying. Like, I feel like the way he answered was the best way. I do not control what people say, right? That's not taking his brother's side. It's not taking Josh. If he does, it's going to get misconstrued, period. And it's not the first time that we've heard that he wouldn't mind playing with his brother, or he wants to play with his brother. It fits the narrative. So when his brother said that, you know, I'm either supporting my brother, I'm pissed off at my brother, or, you know, I just want what we've been saying, my brother to play with me. But let's be honest, regardless of how we feel, the way the Bills have been performing, they will never make it past where they are. You know, listen, it's been years. I go against the Bills. I do. Because every time I feel like, oh yeah, blah, 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 they disappoint. They disappoint. They're very disappointing. Yo, 2-3 years ago in the Super Bowl, wherever they AFC champion bullshit, whatever it is, yo, I actually felt bad because they were performing. Now it's like y'all ain't never gonna get back to that stage the way y'all have been performing. And it's dead because it's a team sport, but it's Josh fucking Allen. What June said, oh, they said if you can get Trevor Lawrence, no, if you could get Josh Allen. This is the reason why I picked Burrow. Because I feel like you get Josh Allen off his square, he's going to perform off his square and not perform in a positive way. But I digress, you know.
He needs a better defensive or offensive coordinator. Because look at his numbers when he had Brian Dable, and then look at his numbers after he left. It's been horrible. They're both completely horrible. Or his numbers are completely horrible afterwards. The next topic that we do have though is Bill Belichick is in favor to coach either the Chargers or the Commanders if he leaves New England after this season.
You think he's
So-
gonna win?
I don't know.
I don't know.
But I feel like if he did leave, and I feel like if he left, I would say he would probably go with the Chargers because it will make sense for him to go with the Chargers. They already have an offense that's completely well put together. And like Frank had said earlier, they need their defense. They have all these phenomenal players on defense. They just can't find that right defensive coach, right? Even if they keep their defensive coordinator, Bill Belichick is a defensive mind head coach. I think that can help produce that defensive coordinator and help produce that defense to play well. And if he goes there as a defensive head coach, knowing that their defense has talent, but they're struggling on the defensive plays and the defense style or side of the Chargers, they could do some serious damage. So if he were to leave, I would pick the Chargers for him to go coach at, because that's the one thing that they're missing. They need that strong defensive mind head coach that can help put that defense together to do some serious damage.
So
I mean,
go ahead, Nikki. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I mean, I don't see him ever leaving, but okay. I think, I don't know, the Chargers is another one that.
So I'm not saying I see Belichick leaving, but I see Belichick leaving. What's happening is you got a billionaire owner who was used to 20 years of winning. 6 Super Bowl rings, and 9 Super Bowl appearances. When you go from that to 2-8, when you go from that and teams being better than you feel some kind of way. When you have a total domination of a fucking, not only division, but a conference. And now you go to being a laughing stock of the NFL, that plays a part, right? When you know, hey, I got the money. I don't mind shedding out money. It's funny how the Cowboys ain't won a Super Bowl since 1990-something. I was in high school last time they won. But yet they're the most valued franchise in sports history. If you want to buy the Cowboys today, you better come with billions of dollars. Patriots ain't that far behind. And when you go to that and you're looking at the guy that you gave the power to be the GM and to be the head coach, and you're drafting a fucking kicker before you draft what you need to make that offense better, that becomes a problem. So I don't see him leaving, but like they say, a trade isn't off the table. A trade is not me firing you. A trade is me saying, hey, listen, I'm going to let you go to a better situation.
What do you think that better situation would be? Either the Chargers or the Commanders out of those two?
To me, it'd be the Chargers, because Staley's not doing a good job as a defensive-minded head coach to produce that defense where it needs it. I think you get Bill Belichick in there because it's something that Mike
Are
Florio.
you just copying what I said?
No. One thing that Mike
Did you
Florio
hear what
said.
I said?
Yeah, I heard you. One thing that Mike Florio said, he said, every program needs a good quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Andy Reid and Mahomes, it goes together. You know what I'm saying? Patriots and Brady, it went together. Bill Walsh and Montana went together. Bradshaw Knowles went together. So when you have multiple stuff like that, you need a good quarterback. So by going to the Chargers, you have a good quarterback. Honestly, the offense is pretty good to go. You just got to get the defense to be consistent. And I think he'll shine there. I don't want to see Bill go, and I'm going to tell you why. It's better to make a deal with the devil you know, the devil you don't know. And Belichick leaves. Now Robert Kraft has to bring a GM in that he trusts and a head coach that he thinks will take his team to the next level. So a lot of people say that might be Mike Vrabel. But if you bring Mike Vrabel in, that's another defensive head coach.
He's not on that level. Like
Yeah.
Bill.
Me personally, the NFL is shifting, right? And it's shifting to an offensive-minded head coach. That's why Andy Reid gets so much credit, because he has adapted and has overcame. But guess what Andy Reid has, though? Mahomes. Can Andy Reid do the shit he does, not have an offensive line and refix it, not have a real wide receiver one or receiving core, period, except Kelsey, and win Super Bowls unless he has a great talent under center? So, I mean, you know, I don't know. I think he'll be okay. I would hate to see him go.
Are you gonna cry?
Nah, I won't cry. It's business. It's sports. But
Baby, he'll be
nah, I'll be good. Listen, you can't take away what
Right.
he's done.
He ain't
Right.
crying, Bree. He gonna be sick. We're gonna have to
Right.
we're gonna have to call somebody to go make sure he's safe.
Frank, I cried for 2 weeks straight when my quarterback of 18 years retired.
Yeah,
You gonna
well,
cry?
I'm
You
not
gonna
gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I didn't cry when Brady retired or when Brady left the Patriots. I'm not gonna cry.
oh my God, we couldn't stop hearing about Brady.
Well, Brady's the greatest quarterback ever to play the game.
Here we go. Look.
I mean, you brought it up. If you
No,
want
no,
to talk about
I
it,
didn't say his
I
name.
can.
You did.
You know what I'm saying? Your team would kill to
You
have a Brady on
did.
their team. They wouldn't
Oh
lose
my-
to those 49ers. I tell you that much.
I didn't say nothing about that.
Brady went to the playoffs with wide receivers less than 6 feet tall. Y'all got wide receivers 6 feet tall and can't even get a touchdown. I need you to be quiet and get ready to go to the movies.
Poor Frank. He's going through some things. He's sad that his head coach might want to leave or get traded. Brady been out for 5 years. He's still talking about him. So I get it.
Okay. Next topic we have is we have 2 more topics and then we have predictions and then the game. So Mac Jones in New England. So New England lost on on Sunday. And I feel bad for Mac Jones. I really, really do feel bad for Mac Jones. I agree with Julian Edelman telling him that he needs to ask for a trade like right now, ask to be like or ask to be
Gronk even
released.
said that.
Right?
Gronk said get released.
So Julian Edelman said on The Herd, everyone keeps wanting to say, oh, he's had 3 offensive coordinators. He's really only had 2 offensive coordinators. I had Bill O'Brien and Josh McDaniels. That's the same scheme. There's a couple of wrinkles here and there, but you're fundamentally doing the same thing. He also wants to say that in the NFL, when a team wins, the head coach and the quarterback gets all the credit. When a team loses, they get all of the blame. Trying to find what Julian Edelman said. But just what's your take on the whole Mac Jones thing?
Hold on. So Edelman, I respect Edelman. I do. I'm a big Edelman fan, and I think Edelman was clutch for us. And I respect what he's saying about there's no difference between Bill O'Brien and Josh McDaniels because he played under both systems. So he's really had 2 not 3, but he's had 3. And one thing that they're not talking about is let's look at offensive lines. Let's look at where the offense is. You see, consistency matters, right? So even though Brady never really had a real standout receiver until he got Randy Moss in Randy Moss's later years. And if we look at the 6 Super Bowls Brady won with the Patriots, he didn't have Randy Moss. He didn't have Wes Welker. So when you look at that, it helps when you have a fail-safe. Brady always knew he can count on Edelman. He can count on Gronk. He can count on Amendola. He can count on James White. James White won in the Super Bowl against the Falcons. Amendola caught that touchdown in the end zone against the Jacksonville Jaguars in the back of the end zone. That had motherfucking, what's his name? Ramsey.
First of all.
Say it ain't so. That's when you started watching football, so you should remember that play real well.
First of all, I remember.
It was in the back of the end zone.
Quite well. We were cheated. Oh, Lord.
It's because they said Miles Jack was down.
Thank you, Bree. Thank you.
That's what she's bringing up.
Was that
But
one play?
That was
What
one
happened to the
play.
rest of the game?
Frank, Bree, can you jog my memory? Because I really don't remember. What was the score?
Hold on, Bree. Wait a minute.
Is your name Bree?
Don't even answer that. Because she don't remember, she don't get to fucking talk.
Bree, look it up, Bree.
No, I don't remember the score of the game. But that's
I got you. Listen, because I'm not worried about it. Because the same person,
she's saying that they cheated because she's saying that it was cheated because everyone was saying that Miles Jack.
And it's not that everybody was saying it was true. They
listen,
came back and said he wasn't down.
It was 24-20. Y'all went
Why?
up. Why?
So that one play.
Hold on. Because I watched the game, boo.
I did too, honey.
You know, yeah, honey, it was your first time watching football. So
no,
it
wasn't. No, it was not my first time.
That was your first.
You can't. You are the same person. You are the same person that says on this podcast you can't leave it to one play to win a game.
No,
you can't.
No. First of all, run the tape back.
Hold on, baby. Hold on. Listen.
No, you hold on.
How many points I scored in the third quarter?
I want you to understand this, Frank.
Olayinka, how many points did y'all score in the third quarter? How many points? How many points I scored in the third quarter?
Frank.
Answer the question. If you know so much football about your fucking team, tell me how many points Jacksonville Jaguars scored in the third quarter. Okay, I'll tell you, because you clearly don't know a fuck thing. It was 3. Right? It was 3. No, hold up, because Bree, we gonna play this what if game, right? If they would have done this, if they would have done that, we would have won.
Francisco!
Olayinka, how many y'all scored in the fourth quarter, Nikki? Nikki, answer the question. How many points did y'all score in the second half? How many points? I want to know. Since you know so much, how many points did your Jacksonville Jaguars score in the second half of the AFC Championship? I'll wait, because I have it. So how many?
No, first of all.
Bree, so now let me ask Bree, because you're not answering the question.
I'm playing
Tetris.
I'm playing Tetris.
So Bree, answer me this. Miles Jack.
What was
it that Miles Jack?
Real fast. Since Miles Jack is working out with the Pittsburgh Steelers again. He's
No,
about to unretire.
No. What were you saying? They was taking back the score of what? Replay the Miles Jack situation. Go ahead. Let's let the non-biased person talk.
I don't remember necessarily what happened, but I know that he picked up the ball, like the defense recovered the ball, and he ran down. And they were trying to, they were trying to say that he was down at, I don't remember what yard line, but let me rewatch the
No, I'm gonna look it up. But I want
go ahead and rewatch it. They said it the next year that he wasn't down. That was already cleared. But
wait,
the
wait,
point
wait.
I was
What was it?
God
Was it?
damn, may
Hold on,
I
I'm gonna ask you a
speak?
question. I just want to ask you a
May
question.
Okay,
I've been-
hold on. I'm watching it. I'm
I'm getting
watching
off.
it. So Miles Jack forces a fumble and recovers,
Okay.
and then so he forced the fumble, he recovers it, and then he run. Oh, so yeah, when he also I think that what they're trying to say is that. Oops, sorry, this is YouTube ads.
I'm watching it on YouTube. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't know why I can't speak, but what I've been trying to say is this. Frank asked, "Oh, was it one play?" That and
So
I was like, that one play, we would have won the fucking game. So
No, you
yes,
wouldn't. No, you wouldn't.
it's
I'm gonna
that
tell you
damn
why.
one
I'm gonna tell
play.
you why you wouldn't.
So when
No,
you sit on the damn phone and when we ran
Okay,
this
go ahead, go
bullshit,
ahead, go ahead.
it was even after the whole next year they said Miles Jack. That's where the whole thing controversy came from. Was like he wasn't there, and then they admitted his ass wasn't fucking down. Thank you, Francisco.
Okay,
I'm not
so-
saying shit else.
So you don't have to say shit else because he didn't run it back for a touchdown.
Kaka.
So
Then
then
that's
it
that
takes-
dude.
But you see, there you go. There you go. I'm gonna mute you because you say he wasn't saying nothing else. So he goes down, the ball's coming out, right?
And he grabs the ball and he lays down with it. Then he gets back up.
Yeah, exactly. If
So
any,
he was down.
he was down by contact because at any time when you recover the fumble, if you are down and the piece of the other player touches you, it could be his toe, it could be his shoelace, you are down by contact. But that doesn't even matter, okay? That doesn't matter because here's what I would say. If you would have put up the 7 points, if he didn't run it back, and we can't go on what if you would have had the ball, what you would have did. At that point in the game, it was what, 20-10, I think it was. I'm not sure. Hold on. Because they keep replaying it.
It was 20-10. Jacksonville was up.
What
So,
quarter was
I'm
that?
watching-
What
I'm
quarter
watching-
was that, Bree?
That was in the fourth quarter with 13 minutes left. So I'm
Okay.
watching the slow-mo of it right now. Yeah, so when Miles Jack picked up the ball, he was still holding on to Lewis. So
Exactly.
He was down by
So you
contact.
down by contact. That's the definition of down by contact. So I don't care what they said a year later. At the time of the game play, that was down by contact. So, Nikki, y'all only scored 6 fucking points in a second half, sis. So if you're gonna go off the what could have happened off one play, cry me a fucking river. At the end of the day, y'all didn't do enough to win the game. You put up 6 points, 14 points in one quarter, which was the second. What you do in the first quarter, Nick? What did your Jacksonville Jaguars do the first quarter? 0. 0. You didn't score enough to win. Live in the past, boo. Y'all never gonna get back to the AFC Championship ever. Because the way
Frank,
you
don't say that.
okay, I'm bad. I'll take it back. But she talking shit. Like if it's one play is gonna make the difference, it's not gonna make the difference. We already seen that. So you get 10 points. Then I could say, oh well, if you score 7, we score more. Y'all didn't even running back for a touchdown, boo. That's different if I could say that what happened with Bree and the Pittsburgh Steelers when her tight end literally caught the ball and fell into the end zone. And because his knee, I forgot what it was, lost control.
Yeah, because he broke the plane the same
Yeah.
time his knee touched, but they said that his knee was down at
And
the
because
2.
he was a wide receiver catching the ball and not a running back, they didn't count as a touchdown. Now, that claim I could eat with because they actually scored a touchdown. Y'all didn't score no touchdown. Y'all didn't reach the other side. So what you want to say? The what if could have? It goes back. You know what, Nikki, I'll give you one better. If y'all would have never had turnovers and would have scored more points than 3 points, y'all would have beat the 49ers. Let's go to the next topic. It's fucking crazy.
Okay, so we have Deshaun Watson, Mark Andrews, and Burrow all out for the rest of the season due to injuries. So we can start with the Joe Burrow one. Are you guys okay with that one? So Joe Burrow hurt his wrist. And his wrist was hurting prior to the game, and then he got sacked, and it irritated his wrist even more. Now, the NFL is investigating on why the Bengals did not list Joe Burrow on their injury report when the actual Bengals team social media page posted a picture of him wearing a device on his wrist Wednesday night, and he appeared to be hampered by the injury early in the Thursday night game that he later left. The initial picture of Joe Burrow wearing the wrist, what is it called, brace, that looked like a soft cast on his thumb was posted by the Bengals, only to be deleted later. NFL routinely looks into matters of compliance with the injury report policy, and this can result into a severe fine or potential loss in the draft, lose a draft pick. So Joe Burrow's out. What does that mean for the Bengals?
They're done for the year. I mean, we all know it. They're done for the year. That's like if you lose fucking Trevor Lawrence, they're done for the year. You know what I'm saying? It sucks. But you know, this was what the question was going into the season against with Joe Burrow. Remember Chase said, I'd rather not have him for the first 4 or 5 games and have him healthy moving forward than not having him.
Chase said it.
Yeah. So we go back to that.
Yeah, let's go back to that because it was his leg. He hurt his leg in the offseason during minicamp. The doctors even said his estimate time of like coming back was going to be in week 5 or 6 of the regular season. I think because they paid him so much money, this is just my theory, I could be completely wrong, they rushed him into playing again. And we see in week 1 when they got demolished and his leg was hurting him. Now it's his wrist, you know? He's wearing a brace and a cast over his thumb. Clearly there's something wrong with his wrist. And it's on his throwing hand. And y'all don't want to say anything, like, this is a player's health, right? Just like, let's take it back to Patrick Mahomes, when Patrick Mahomes hurt his ankle and was like, I'm going back out there.
Mm-hmm.
And Andy Reid said, no, you're not. You are not going back out there. Like, you're not. And he said, I could play. I can go back out there. He says, no, you're not going out there. And what did Patrick Mahomes do? Threw a temper tantrum, threw his helmet, and went into the locker room, you know? But it's like, he did that for a reason, you know? Andy Reid did that for a reason. I would rather you say you're fine because you want to play, but I don't want you to hurt yourself even more. You're hurt right now. You're going to sit it out. It's okay. Like, your body's more important than a win. You know, I wish the Bengals would have did that with Joe Burrow when it came to his leg injury and now his wrist injury, because now he's out for the rest of the season.
So, you know, players under contract, we talked about that. You talk about, you know, as a contract, let's say Nikki owns the Jacksonville Jaguars, I own the Patriots, you own the Steelers. And June owns the Eagles. And you sit there and you got a player, your franchise player is hurt, and you know it. When do you put the value of the player over the winning the games? Joe Burrow, Mahomes, all these guys, they're players. They're under contract, and they got to follow the rules and the game of what's put outside by the head coach and the medical staff. Burrow has been nurturing that calf the whole time. The whole time. We saw yesterday he had something on his calf muscle because I think you pointed out. And now he came in the stadium with something around his wrist, where the coach, Taylor, is saying, oh, I don't remember seeing that. You know it. You know, the herd said something that was so dope. He described how in college they don't notify nobody who's hurt. In hockey, they don't tell you specifics. They say upper extremity, lower extremity. Basketball, hey, it could be the game day. Oh, I need. What's that shit called? Oh man, when they what? When they don't play a game because their management is something like playing management, where they don't play a game because they're tired or they're hurt, so they don't play the game, like what Kawhi Leonard's been doing for years now. But with football, you know everything. You know when they go hurt, when they practice, when they don't practice. And like he pointed out, Brady for years played with a brace around his knee. Was it something that needed to be said every week? No, you knew it. So to me, as an owner, when do you put the success of the team over what a player? Those guys out there are alpha males. They think they could constantly go out there and win. They can be out. Some of them would go out on their sword, meaning they would rather be taken off the field in a cart than not play a game. So when do you step in? Kind of like what Tomlin did with Ryan Clark when they were supposed to go to Denver and play. Remember? And Ryan Clark, and he said, "Your health and your life is more important than the game." If you would have left it to Ryan Clark would have played. But Tomlin said, "Nah, bro, I don't care about this game. Your life is more important than this game." Well, while Joe Burrow and them guys that it might not be that extreme, but your health is more important than the game. So somebody should have stepped in. I don't care how many times they win.
Yeah. Mark Andrews also suffered a season-ending injury last night as well, against the Bengals in the first quarter. So he is out for the rest of the season. Hold on, let me get that tweet back up. So Mark Andrews has suffered a cracked fibula and an ankle ligament injury. Sources said after the MRI, it is believed to be a long-term injury. As the team says, Baltimore will consult with Dr. Robert Anderson in Charlotte next week for more information, but he's out for the rest of the season.
That's sad. And the tackle comes into play as far as, is it legit, is it not? Bart Scott, Ryan Clark went back and forth today on First Take on it. And Ryan Clark, I think, had a valid argument. Mark Andrews is a big boy. And when you go tackle him, you're going to tackle him anywhere. My question to the NFL is this. Where was this energy at when Gronkowski was getting tackled below the waist? They will hit his back, hit his thighs, cause them to be out several games, having multiple surgeries. What was his energy at with the tackling? That's what I want to know. Or is it because you hurt the player on the team that was winning the most, it's okay, but when it comes down to other players, it's not? Tackling's been what it is.
Yeah, it is, but I don't think that's what it is, Frank, at all. But you also saw, well, I know you didn't watch the first quarter, but I hope you watch any replays of it. But you saw how in pain Mark Andrews was. He was in pain. Like, you could tell he was screaming in his helmet, That was sad to see when he was down and he was shaking and he was screaming, So I don't think it has anything to do with, because they're the winning team. Like, let's talk about this. They said it before. I want to say in week 4 or week 5 when they talked about that hip dip tackle. I forgot who got injured around that time when it was first discussed.
I remember what you're saying though. I remember they brought it up.
Yeah. So I don't think it has anything to do with because the Bengals are winning. Let's talk about this again.
No, I'm being funny when I say that. But at the end of the day, somebody's health. I like Mark Andrews. Listen, I'm a football fan before I'm anything else. Mm-hmm. And I don't like seeing dirty plays, and I don't like seeing, me and you've talked about this plenty of times. But a tackle's a tackle, and sometimes we got to put in perspective what's going on.
But it's always the Bengals.
You're right, and it just happens. But come on, you were witness to a lot of.
I'm just saying, they paralyzed Ryan Shazier. They paralyzed the whole man.
But that was What was it? Burfict? What's his name? Burfict? What was his name? Burfict? Yeah. Yes. He was dirty. He was real dirty.
But you talk about dirty, Frank. There was one man, one player. Uno. I know you speak Spanish. Uno playerito. Okay? One person last night, one, that messed up Lamar Jackson's ankle, that also did that hip dip tackle on Mark Andrews, who also had that late hit on Odell Beckham at the end of the game, to where now he has a major shoulder injury that he's going to get looked at tomorrow. One person. And it wasn't perfect. This is The team is dirty. The team is dirty.
Be quiet. That's because you are eat. Yeah, you're a
They're
Steelers fan.
paralyzed.
Hey, you're a
the team is
Steelers
dirty.
fan.
The team is okay, but yes, yes, I am a Steelers
No.
fan. My team is in the AFC North, Frank. Yes, but they play dirty. They do. Tua's freaking horrible concussion that left him with the stiff fingers on, you know. Ryan Shazier paralyzation. Antonio Brown CTE.
When I
I
can
know
agree
it's a
with.
freak accident. Yeah, freak accident. DeMar Hamlin's freak accident. Like everything happens with the Bengals. Not saying that they're the worst team ever, but a lot of injuries come from that team. I'm just saying. It's funny to start investigating the defense too. Just saying.
So look, I'm watching
kidding,
right
I'm
now.
kidding.
I'm watching right now the Tua hit.
And when Tua laid down, his fingers like
Yeah,
snipped.
but what happened? He was taken down, and when he fell back, he hit his head. It wasn't leading with the crown. It wasn't.
I know that.
It was a good tackle.
It wasn't a Boston College hit from last night.
Yeah. It was a good tackle.
Yes.
And,
But still, you know.
and we all know Tua was still counting fingers from the previous game. So that was bad on your part to bring up Tua. No, listen. At the end of the day,
I know, but I'm just saying, like the major injuries happen when people play that team.
Yeah, I mean, but the NFL gotta look at what.
Okay, so then explain why all three of those injuries to the most three pivotal people on that team happened from one player.
Is his size.
You saw it firsthand. He didn't have to hold on to Lamar Jackson's ankle while he was going down and twisted it. Remember?
I'm trying to see it. Yeah, no, I remember. He did scoop him up. He did scoop him up.
Yeah, and then it was still twisting as he was picking his leg up. Remember?
Listen, all I'm gonna say is this. I never played in the NFL. I never played football for a professional team, or even in high school. So, what I'm gonna say is, go watch Ryan RC, Ryan Clark, and Bart Scott going back and forth, two defensive players on the tackle, and whether it should be banned or not. And I leave it at that because I never played the game, so I don't know.
Nikki?
Nikki's not talking to me. She's upset.
Nikki could talk to me. Nikki? All right, let's go ahead and and the last injury we have, just really quick, before we do predictions and then a quick game because I know Nikki has plans tonight. She's going to the movies. But Deshaun Watson suffered a season-ending shoulder injury in the first quarter against the Ravens, is headed into the injured reserve. It is a displaced fracture in his right glenoid on his shoulder, and he'll have surgery to repair it. Whew.
A lot of people are criticizing him, right? And I'm just gonna go back to what
a bad ankle and a broken shoulder and still won a game. What is there to criticize?
Because people saying that he's not playing to the level that he got paid. And this is where I have a problem with that, right? The Browns are 8-4 since he got to the Browns and started playing when he started the game. This year they were 5-1. So I'm gonna ask the question: would you rather win games by 1,000 points or just win a game?
Win a game. The Steelers.
So exactly. So in my opinion, right? In my humble opinion, he is earning his money. It might not look like it looked in the Texans, and it might not look like what they wanted it to be. But what you need is a win. A win's a win. Hell, my team is 2-8. I'll take a win any way we get it. Whether it's a field goal, whether it's a fucking call that gets called back, I don't care. We win. So no, I think it's bad, but I also feel people need to understand where he was at. He didn't play, in 2 years? He comes back, gets injured. The body has to get used to all this. And not only that, you're right. He had an ankle, I think, sprain, and his throwing shoulder was hurt, and he still won the game. Come on, give some credit where credit's due. The defense is still going to be good next year. It ain't going to change anything. They're going to be fine.
No, I agree. Nikki? All right. So, real fast, I just thought this was funny to share. 13 seconds will haunt the Bills forever. They had 13 seconds in the fourth quarter when Kansas City made that touchdown. They had 13 seconds played against the Jags and they end up losing, you know. They had the fumble. They had 13 seconds against New England. And they had 13 seconds left on the clock when the Broncos had kicked the field goal when they had 12 men on the field. So I just thought this meme was funny. 13 seconds will haunt the Bills forever.
I saw this, and it's very interesting that it has been 13 seconds. So is that the defense or is that the offense? Is that the coaching? I mean, and the New England Patriots there is not Brady, it's Mac Jones.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, what are we, you know, is it a problem with the team?
Mm-hmm.
You know, every last one of these games, and the top left one, we thought they can compete with the Chiefs, and they did. The defense let them down. Let's be honest. The next one, we always thought that they can compete with the Jags. What happened? We knew they could beat the Patriots. What happened? And then the Broncos.
I messed up.
Out of 2 of the 4 teams were competitive. The other 2 were not. And they couldn't.
And honestly, it's their fault that they lost to the Bears because they had missed that kick. If they did not have 12 men on that field, you know, that kick would have been good. I mean, that kick would have been no good and they would have won that game.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
No, I mean, I don't believe you should leave the game to one play. Like I was talking shit to Nikki earlier with her team.
No, but what I'm saying is in the Bears, right, in this moment right here, right?
Mm-hmm.
When he kicked that field goal, he missed, meaning the Bills won the game.
Yeah.
If they did not have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 people there, they cost them that game.
Yeah, you're right.
That one play.
What I'm saying is that team, the Bills can't say, yo, oh, if we would never had 12 men on the field, we would have won. It shouldn't have been that close.
Yeah. No, okay, I get what you say when
You see what I'm saying? You can't leave it to one play, one call. Because at the end of the day, you have 4 quarters, 60 minutes of you doing what it had to take to beat the other team.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like the Chiefs, they went into overtime. That defense fell apart. They let Mahomes do what Mahomes do. So I'm not, you know, again, it doesn't come down to one play. I'm pretty sure there was plays that they could have did better on, and they didn't. So, you know what I'm saying? It came down to that.
Okay. Who has the best rivalry in the NFL? So you have Dallas and Philadelphia, Green Bay and Chicago, Baltimore and Pittsburgh, Seattle and San Francisco, Atlanta and New Orleans, Denver and Kansas City. I say right now, Dallas and Philadelphia have the best rivalry right in today.
Nah.
Longevity. I'm gonna go Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going Pittsburgh and Baltimore all the way. All the way. The Chiefs ain't the Broncos ain't been relevant like that since Peyton left. You know what I'm saying? Chicago ain't done nothing since they went to Super Bowl. Cowboys, the only reason the Cowboys are relevant against the Eagles is because before Jalen got there, Dak Prescott was winning. 49ers and Seahawks, I don't consider that. And then Saints and Falcons, nah.
All right, so this is what the playoff picture will look like after week 10. So if there was the playoffs today, so the number 1 seeds will go to Kansas City and Philadelphia. Wildcard rounds at number 2, you have Baltimore Ravens versus the number 7 Houston Texans. Then you have the number 3 seed, the Jacksonville Jaguars, against the number 6 seeds, the Cleveland Browns. The number 4 seed, Miami Dolphins, against the 5th seed, Pittsburgh Steelers. And on the NFC side, you have the number 2 seeds, Lions, against the number 7 seed, Minnesota Vikings. The number 3 seed, 49ers, against the number 6 seed, Dallas. Dallas just never gets a break with 49ers. Like, regardless of what, they're always going to play off in the playoffs.
Well,
Then you have the 4 seed, the Saints, against the number 5 seed, the Seahawks. And in the hunt, you have Bengals, Colts, Buffalo, and the Raiders. And you also have Tampa Bay, Washington Commanders, Atlanta Falcons, and Green Bay.
it would be interesting at this level, right? I don't think the
Mhm.
Eagles are as strong as people think they are, but I just give them credit because they are the reigning champs and they find a way to win. But if you look at it, the Texans and the Jazz can upset if they played their best game. When it comes to the Eagles, you have to play your best game.
Mhm.
There's no way around it. And even the Chiefs, you got to play the best game, and the Eagles too. I feel because both teams have found a way to win, regardless of their play. So I think you have to come in there and play. What's what I'm looking for? Penalty free or minimum penalties, no turnover game, and taking advantage of every opportunity. Where you know what I'm saying, the Eagles and the Chiefs can just, okay, I'm gonna throw a pick here, I'm gonna throw a pick there, but because our defense is playing lights out or our offense is great, we're gonna be consistent. The Dolphins, we know when they play a winning team, they struggle. The Jags, the only one hiccup they had was the 49ers. So we hope that they fix that. The Browns, their biggest takeaway is the defense. So defense does travel, but if your offense can't put up points, then we're looking at a problem. You know what I'm saying? I think the Ravens which is crazy, out of AFC are the most complete team that's out there. But I mean, this would be interesting to see and see how it play out. It would probably be an Eagles and Chiefs Super Bowl again.
I think so. I think so. All right, now we have predictions and then we have a game. So Nikki, you ready?
Yep.
Okie dokie. You ready for the game too? We're gonna make it quick. All righty. Let me get my predictions ready. Okay. All right, so week 11, November 15th through the 21st, we already did our Thursday night games. So then on Sunday, November 19th, we have the Steelers at Browns. I want Steelers. Frank?
Steelers at Browns?
Steelers in Cleveland.
I'm going to go Steelers because the quarterback on the Brown side.
Nikki?
Steelers.
Okay. All right, next we have Cardinals at Houston. I went Houston. Frank?
Houston.
Nikki?
Texans.
Okay. Next we have Titans at Jacksonville. I went Jacksonville. Frank?
You said what now? Jags. I'm going Jags.
Titans at Jags. Okay, Jags. And Nikki's going Jags. Okay, next we have Raiders at Miami. I went Dolphins. Frank?
Raiders at Miami. I'm going Miami.
Miami. Okay. Nikki?
Miami.
Dolphins. Okay. Okay, next we have Cowboys. Sorry, this one's not fair. We have Cowboys at Carolina Panthers.
Cowboys. Cowboys.
I don't even have to ask Nikki. I know Nikki's going Cowboys. Okay. Next we have another not fair. Bears at Lions. I went Lions. Frank,
I'm going Lions.
Nikki,
Lions.
Lions. Okay. Next we have Chargers at Green Bay Packers. I went Chargers. Frank,
Chargers.
Chargers. Okay. Nikki,
Hmm. Hold on.
okay. TOBY is knocked out like bad.
Ray downstairs crying. Nikki came home and they peed in Brooklyn peed in a cage. Brooklyn's been finding a way to get out from the back, so he downstairs crying.
I go Chargers.
Chargers. Okay. And then next we have Giants and Commanders. I went Commanders. Frank,
You said Giants, Commanders, Commanders.
Commanders. Nikki,
Commander.
Commanders. Okay. Next we have for Bucks at 49ers. I went 49ers. Frank,
49ers.
Nikki,
Niners.
Niners. Next we have Jets at Buffalo Bills. Oof. Ugh. I went Bills. Frank,
Who is it again?
Jets at Bills.
Bills.
Division.
Yeah, they're
Nikki?
not gonna get the Bills again like they did last time.
Hmm. Bill.
Bills. Okay. Next we have Seahawks at Rams.
I'm going Seahawks.
You going Seahawks?
Yeah.
Okay. I went Rams. We have Matthew Stafford back.
Seahawks.
You want Seahawks? Okay. Rams house. Next we have Vikings at Broncos. I went Vikings.
Vikings.
Frank? Vikings. Okay,
Yep.
Nikki. Oh, the Broncos are sneaking their way up.
Broncos.
Nikki's going Broncos. Okay, and then on Monday night we have the Eagles at Kansas City. I went Eagles. I think that like they have to beat them because they lost to them in the Super Bowl.
No, not that. I went Eagles because the Chiefs don't really have a wide receiver quite like they did last year. Last year they had Juju Smith-Schuster, who wasn't big, but he made the plays he needed in the Super Bowl to beat the Eagles. This year they don't have that. I think the Eagles defense can prevail and their offense can do enough to win. So I'm going Eagles, but I could be wrong.
Okay, Nikki.
I'm gonna go Chiefs.
Chiefs. Okay, and then I will get June and Brother Cruz's picks later on. Now we have a game. It's gonna be fast. It's gonna be quick. Okay. But so I found these stats, right? And because everyone's talking about CJ Stroud's phenomenal rookie year, thought it would be fun to make a game, right? So I'm gonna name there's 3 rounds, right? There's no points at all. We're not gonna do points or anything. If June was here, it would have been points, okay? Just to piss June off. But there's gonna be 3 rounds, right? So each round I'm gonna read the stats of 2 quarterbacks their rookie year. And you're gonna tell me you're gonna pick A or quarterback A or quarterback B, and then you guys are gonna guess who it is. Does that make sense? Okay. So quarterback A, their rookie season, and they don't have to play now. They could be now or retired or a free agent. Okay. So not all quarterbacks are a now quarterback. Okay. So quarterback A, 3,667 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 104.9 passer rating, and 13-3 record their rookie year.
Repeat that,
Quarterback B. Huh?
repeat that again.
Repeat that again. Okay. Quarterback A, 3,667 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, a 104.9 rating, and they had a record of 13-3 this quarterback's rookie year, like they were a starter. Quarterback B, 4,336 passing yards, 36 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, a 98.3 rating, and a 7-9 record. Quarterback B, 4,336 passing yards, a 36 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, 98.3 rating, and a 7-9 record. You picking quarterback A or quarterback B?
I'm gonna go A.
You're going rookie A. Nikki?
B.
You're going rookie B. I like B too. All right, so now, hint is these two players are still in the league right now. Can you guess who quarterback A was with 3,667 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 4 interceptions, 104.9 rating, and 13-3 record? Don't be using your phone, Frank.
No, I'm texting Nikki, my wife, Nikki. No, I cannot guess. I just went with A.
Nikki, can you guess who it
All I
is?
heard was numbers, and I just went with A.
They're in the league currently, and they are a starting quarterback currently.
You said 4 interceptions. That's heavy because ain't too many people throw 4 in their first season.
Dak.
You said Dak is B?
No, we're guessing who A is.
I
You
said
said-
Stack. Oh, probably your favorite, Sam Donald.
No,
Mm-mm.
hell no.
Mm.
Sam Darnold did not have a 13-3 record his rookie year.
So 13-3 rookie year?
Yep, their rookie. This is their first year. They were starting quarterback their rookie season.
And they're playing the season right in the league and right now?
They are playing the league right now as a starting quarterback.
Oh, okay. hold
Jalen
on.
Hurts.
No.
No, Jalen Hurts didn't play the whole season his rookie year.
Kyler Murray.
No, not Kyler Murray. The correct answer for A is Dak Prescott.
Shut the fuck up, really?
I knew it was Dak.
That's
knew-
Dak. That's Dak. Yeah. Dak Prescott, his rookie quarterback year, threw for 3,667 passing yards, 29 touchdowns to 4 interceptions, 104.9 rated, and a 13-3 record. Now, quarterback B, 4,336 passing yards, 36 touchdowns to 10 interceptions, a 98.3 rating, and their record his rookie year is 7 wins, 9 losses. Nikki, who is quarterback B? Currently a starting quarterback in the league right now. Just think of that 4,336 passing yards.
Russell.
No, not Russell. 2 more guesses.
Herbert.
Yep, Justin Herbert. Justin Herbert is quarterback B. So now knowing who the 2 quarterbacks are you still going with Dak Prescott or Justin Herbert as your starting if you were to pick a rookie quarterback?
No, I'll still stick with Herbert, but now, not as a rookie, but as
Mhm.
now, I probably
Now.
yeah.
Okay. Yes, 36 touchdowns. That's crazy. 4,000 yards. Okay. The next group, I'll go ahead and start, and then I'll repeat when Frank comes back. So the next two quarterbacks, remember, this is their rookie year. 3,000, or quarterback A, 3,200 passing yards, 800. Okay, so this one's a little different. This one, this second one has their rushing yards as well. Okay, quarterback A, 3,200 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, 27 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 102 rating. Quarterback B, 4,051 passing yards, 706 rushing yards, 35 touchdowns to 17 interceptions, 84.5 rating.
B is Josh Allen.
These two quarterbacks are not currently in the league.
Oh. Okay. You messed me up.
Quarterback A, 3,200 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, 27 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 102 rating. Quarterback B, 4,051 passing yards, 706 rushing yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, 84.5 rating. Now, quarterback B, Nikki watched play. I will say that.
Quarterback B, Nicky Watts played. That's old boy.
Yeah.
Jacksonville Jaguars then.
No. Like Nick, like he was in. He's not in the league right now, but I'm saying he was in the league when Nikki started watching football.
Yeah.
That's what.
Jeff Bortles.
No.
Oh, okay.
His name is Blake Bortles.
Yeah, Blake Bortles, whatever.
And he wasn't the starting quarterback his rookie year either. So these are quarterbacks. They were starting quarterbacks their entire rookie year.
Well, she didn't start watching football until 2017.
But I'm saying this rookie quarterback, because I say they're no longer in the league, Nikki at least watched one of them play. Not saying they were on her team, but they were in the league when she started watching. So you don't think it's too
I'm
far
paying
away.
what you putting down. I'm trying to think about who was in the league at that time. Ain't the league no more. Oh fuck it.
Do you want to hit for quarterback B? Let's see if Nikki can guess quarterback B. If not, I can give y'all a hit.
You don't know.
You don't know that. She guessed quarterback B.
I'll wait and see. Let me see.
Did you hear who quarterback B was for the first one?
Dak Prescott.
No, that's quarterback A.
Who is B?
Justin Herbert.
She ain't say Jay Herbo.
Yes, she did. She said Herbert.
I don't believe it. I gotta
go back and watch when you.
I'm gonna go back to the tape and watch it.
Nikki, we're only gonna guess B now because B was playing when Nikki started watching, so it wouldn't be fair for her to guess A if she wasn't watching football back then.
The rookie season? I don't fucking know. That's too much to track.
But they were a rookie when Nikki started watching, is what I'm trying to say. But they were playing.
I can't even think about who it is. It was so long ago.
All right, here's the hint. I'm back.
Oh, that's what's his name, Guh? With the fucked up hair.
Who?
Cam Newton.
Yes.
No, what? Really? It was Cam.
Cam Newton had. Remember when he played? Remember when the Panthers signed him in 2020? He played against the Cardinals and scored that touchdown. He's like, I'm back.
Nikki, good job.
It made a meme. They made it a whole meme.
I remember the meme. I just at the time I couldn't think about
it. Cam Newton, his rookie quarterback year, he had 4,051 passing yards, 706 rushing yards, 35 touchdowns, 17 interceptions, and 84.5 rating. Now, quarterback A had 32,000 passing yards, 800 rushing yards, 27 touchdowns to 5 interceptions, 102 passing rating. First, who y'all going with, A or B?
I'm going with B. I don't know who else.
A. You see those stats? No, going off the stats, who would you pick?
Oh, then I go with A. I don't know. There's too many numbers, girl. You got to put that on the board. You got to do a PowerPoint slide for us to look at it. You're reading too much, and we can't look at it.
Okay, guys, let me see if I can share something real fast. Let's share the whiteboard. Okay, there we go. So let's write. Okay, so quarterback A. So they had, got it.
I'm mad she knew how to use the whiteboard.
1,000.
I had to actually Google that shit.
No, it's on Zoom.
I know. I'm saying how to use it.
So there's the quarterback A had 3,200 passing yards, right? 800 rushing. And they had 27 TDs to 5 interceptions. Okay. And they had a 102 rating. Quarterback A is RG3. Now the last one, let's go ahead and erase, clear all. So I'm gonna split it in two. I'm gonna split it down for A and B, right? So the last one, okay? This is the last one. Quarterback A had 3,725 passing yards, right? They also had 27 touchdowns to 14 interceptions. They had a 6-7 record. Okay. Quarterback B had 4,374 passing yards. They had 27 touchdowns to 18 interceptions. And they had an 11-5 record. Who are you picking, A or B? Nikki. Don't mind my handwriting. I don't have my pen on. Here's my pen right here. I gotta turn it on.
Man, it sucks because B had better pass or whatever, but too many interceptions.
Mm-hmm. B also had 11 wins and 5 losses that their rookie season. That's good.
Mhm. It's hard.
I'm
A,
gonna go with B.
A got less interception, but the record sucked.
That could be a team thing, though.
I know that's why I'm leaning more towards that, but shit, I want to win.
Yeah. You know what? I'm gonna go with A. I'm gonna be a rebel without a cause.
Okay. I'm going B. I'm going B based off the record.
I am more leaning towards A.
Okay. Quarterback A is Baker Mayfield.
And who's B?
Quarterback B
Oh,
is Andrew Luck.
I still
Oh
go
yeah,
with Baker.
I went the right way.
Yeah, I still go with Baker. Only because you not Luck is out the game now.
Mm-hmm.
And he had the damn.
Yeah, but that's just like their rookie stats. Like if you were to see that without know who it is, which quarterback would you choose?
Nikki, stop stealing my answers, yo.
She's not.
I know.
You didn't have faith in her when she knew who. All right, and now this is a question. Okay, it's just a question. Name the only 2 NFL teams Tom Brady does not have a winning record against.
That's impossible. He won against every league, every team.
He had a winning record.
Yeah, he did.
Not against every team. There's 2 teams where
Who? The Saints and who else?
no. There's 2 teams where he has he's played them and he's lost the same amount that he's won. It's a tied record. Like he hasn't
Chiefs.
like fully no. So like, let's say I played you twice. You won one, I won one. So
Yeah, I
we're
know what
tied
you're saying. I
one.
know what you're saying. I'm just trying to think. And if it's not the Saints and the Chiefs, then I don't know who it is. Because it ain't the fucking Bills. It ain't the Jets. It ain't the Dolphins. It ain't the Jags.
Nikki, do you want to guess? There's 2 teams where he does not have a winning record against them.
Please.
I'm sorry.
Tie.
Who?
Brady. Brady doesn't
Tom
have a
Brady.
winning record.
There's two NFL teams where Brady does not have a winning record against them. He's directly at 500 against these 2 teams. Don't look it up, Frank.
No, I'm not. I'm good. I'm not going to, even if I did look it up, I already give my answer. I ain't going to go back and change it.
So you said the Saints and the Chiefs.
He said it was wrong already.
Yes, I'm saying those are your 2, and those are incorrect.
Uh-huh.
Just waiting for Nikki. I know Nikki could get one of them. One is AFC, one is NFC. So
I don't know.
You said one is AFC, one is NFC?
you
Giants?
already said answers now. The correct answer for the NFC is San Francisco. He is 2-2 against San Francisco.
Oh, because he lost them against when he played Brock Purdy in the Bucks. Who's the other one?
Denver Broncos is 9-9 against Denver.
Yeah, because when Peyton went over there, he kind of. Oh, okay, that's fair.
Yep. And that is the end of today's episode.
Oh, yeah, that was fair, I guess. What is this water she gave me? Eternal, naturally alkaline spring water. Tastes good. Hey, listen, great week. Thank you. Nikki got me to press buttons. I ain't pressed in a while, so I appreciate it. It's all love on our side over here. She's still my people's. Yeah, great episode. That's what I got. Nick?
Nikki, can we see your
America.
face? Can we see your beautiful
She
face?
can't. She can't where she's at.
Okay.
America is always great. Till next time. Bye.
Always great doing the podcast with everybody. Frank, stop bullying and being mean to Nikki before I have to come down your throat.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Nikki, can you tell her nobody's bullying you, please? Because nobody can bully you. Stop.
You did. You definitely
Hey,
did.
I'm happy you said that because I forgot I was gonna say that. Look, a sour puss is always gonna be a sour puss. Matt, what's his name? Miles Jack wasn't down, okay, and that would have changed the game. But it's okay. I knew the truth. I allow him to say his foolishness because he needs to hear himself talk. But ain't no bullying over here. Not at all. Not at all.
Hey, Nikki, say
But
the
like I
truth.
said, you already said what you had to say. You're done for the night.
Okay.
It's
It's always a pleasure doing this with you guys. Great football coming up. Happy Thanksgiving to everyone. Next time we'll record will be the day after Thanksgiving. I hope everyone has a good week. Please stay hydrated. Please stay warm. It's starting to get cold. Make sure you follow us on our socials on Twitter and on Instagram. Also, shout out to Nikki as well, working 2 jobs, being a boss bad biddy as she should. Shout out to Frank, he's doing well with his business. Shout out to June, he's also doing well with his business. Shout out to Brother Cruz, they're both in the coin business game and they're killing it out there. And hope everyone has a great week. Thanks for listening. Frank presents the play call. Bye.
Bye.
Later.